Good afternoon, children. Today I will explain about bond parameters. Bond parameters. First one is bond length. Bond length. Bond length means, for example, H2O molecule is given to you. So, what is the bond length between oxygen and hydrogen atoms? For example, CH4 molecule is given. What is the bond length between carbon and hydrogen atoms? Okay. First, all of you write the definition. First point, write the definition of bond length. Write the definition. The equilibrium distance between the nucleus of two bonded. The nucleus is, for example, this is one atom, this is another atom. So this hydrogen nucleus is present and this oxygen nucleus is present. So the equilibrium distance. Write again. Definition: the equilibrium distance between the nucleus of two bonded atoms in a molecule is called bond length. Okay. Second point. Okay, sir. Bond lengths are given. Write the second point. The bond length between two atoms in different molecules. Two atoms in different molecules is always same. It is an interesting point. Best example. Write the example from this point. H2O is given. For example, OH bond length is same in H2O. H2O2. Okay. C2H5OH, etc. Are you understand? Bond length between. What is the point? Bond length between a set of atoms in different molecules. This is one molecule. This is another molecule. These are all different molecules. In the different molecules, the OH bond length is same because H2O means this is H2O. Okay, in H2O2, HOOH. This is hydrogen peroxide. Third ethyl alcohol. This is CH3, CH2OH. So this OH, these two OH, and these two OH, these are all having same bond lengths. Okay? Remember this point. Any two atoms between two atoms, bond length is same in different molecules. But the condition is here every atom shows same hybridization. There is no change in the hybridization of that particular oxygen and hydrogen atoms. Okay. Second point is definition. First one definition. Second point is also completed. Now come to the third point. As the P character means we know that SP, SP2, SP3, SP3D2. So what percentage of P character? As the P character of hybrid orbitals are changed. In case if the P character of hybrid orbitals are changed, bond lengths are also changed. Interesting example from this one. CH bond length in different compounds. First one C2H6, second one C2H4, third one C2H2. In C2H6, we know that in C2H6 carbon undergoes sp3 hybridization. In C2H4, carbon undergoes sp2 hybridization. In C2H2, carbon undergoes sp hybridization. I already explained this one because only single bonds are present in carbon in this molecule. C double bond C present here. C triple bond C is present here. So the percentage of p character is changed. Here 75% p character is present. Here 66.6% is present. Here 50% of p character is present. That's why bond lengths are also changed. Bond lengths are also changed. So the CH bond lengths are differ in different compounds due to the change, the hybridization. But here the bond lengths are same in different molecules. Here the same hybridizations are present. Now, what are the bond lengths of CH bond lengths is 1.09 angstroms here, and second one 1.08 angstroms, and third that is we are observing decreasing 1.06 angstroms. 1.06 angstroms. Okay, sir. And one more next point. CC, C double bond C, C triple bond C. Here CH bond lengths, CH bond lengths. I given CH bond lengths in those molecules. How can you draw this structure C2H6? C2H6 means we know that this structure. This is C2H6. In the C2H6, the CH bond lengths, and C2H4 CH bond length. In C2H2 CH bond length. But now CC bond lengths. This is in C2H6, this is in C2H4, this is in C2H2. So this is alkane, this is alkene, this is alkane. These bond lengths are decreases and multiple bonds are increases. More bonds are present between the atoms. The bond lengths are decreases. And what are the values are here? 1.54 angstroms. Here 1.54 angstroms. Second one 1.33 angstroms. Third one 1.20 angstroms. This is one of the important bond lengths. Okay. Next point in bond length. So for example HF, HCl, HBr, HF is given. One atom is common here, hydrogen. But the other atoms are different, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So which molecule having the highest bond length? Very simple. As the size of the atom increases, bond lengths are also increases. So this is the order. Just write the point. As the size of the bond, write the point. As the size of the bonded atoms are increases, bond lengths are also increases. Last one. This is we know that the bond length is write the point. Bond length is affected by two factors are there. One is resonance. In last class I already explained this one. If the forms so many resonating structures, that bond lengths are equal. Even single double bonds are present, but the single double bond both are showing the same bond length due to the resonating structures. And one more, hyperconjugation. Actually, this topic is not discussed because it belongs to organic chemistry. I will explain in the next class. Okay, just write this point. So only the bond lengths are affected by two factors. One is resonance, second one is hyperconjugation. Right. Last one. H2 is the shortest bond length diatomic molecule. H2 is the shortest bond length diatomic molecule. Right. And I2 is the highest bond length diatomic molecule. I think we expected, sir, why are you writing I2, sir? We know that big size 1A group elements, but 1A group elements does not form diatomic molecule. Means cesium type of bond we never found. But it is a non-metal, so non-metal and non-metal combine together to give a covalent bond. So that's why this type of bonds we not observed in the metals. So this is the shortest diatomic molecule. This is the highest bond length in diatomic molecule. So bond length concept is completed. Second one in bond parameters, bond enthalpy or bond energy. Bond enthalpy or bond energy. First write the definition for this one. Sir, first I will explain. Sir, for example, one bond is there, sir. Here CH bond is present, sir. Or HCl bond is present, sir. For dissociating that bond, how much energy is required? We know that in the formation of the bond, how much energy is released, the same amount of energy is required for the dissociation of bond. Okay, but in chemistry we are using for not only for a single bond, we are using only for 1 mole of bonds or 1 mole of the compound. So definition is, write the definition, the amount of energy is required. The amount of energy is required to break 1 mole of bonds. To break 1 mole of bonds of a particular type between two atoms. In a gaseous state. This is the definition. Very simple. For breaking the any type, between any particular type, either HCl or CH or OH, we don't know. Between any two atoms, we have to break the bond. How much energy is required for 1 mole of a molecule? Okay, this is the definition. Actually, units for this one is general expression kilojoule per mole. And next one, kilojoule per mole. Next one, example for this one. H bond H. H bond H. The dissociation of H bond H. It gives 2 hydrogens. H bond H gas. After dissociation, it gives 2 hydrogen atoms. So how much energy is required? That is delta H is equal to 435.8 kilojoule per mole. But I already explained this one. If 2 hydrogen atoms are involved in the bonding, it gives H2 molecule. Then how much energy is released? Here it releases minus 435.8 kilojoule per mole. So in the formation, how much energy is released? Same amount of energy is required for the bond breaking. Okay, Nana? Now, third one, you know that, very simple. C double bond C triple bond C is given. So which bond requires more energy for bond breaking? We know that, sir, this is single stick, sir, 2 sticks, sir, 3 sticks, sir. So for which one requires more energy? For breaking for 3 sticks, it requires more energy. For 2 sticks, comparing to this one, less energy. Single stick means very less comparing to double bond. So what is the bond length order? This is the bond length order for single bond, double bond and triple bond. Okay. Next one. Sir, for breaking this bond, CC bond, NN bond, OO bond is given. Sir, while writing these bonds surface, there are other atoms. For example, NH3 and H2. One bond between N and N. Here CH3, CH3, one bond here. Here, H2O2, H2. Okay, for breaking these bonds, which one require more energy, which one require less energy? These three looks like same, but nitrogen contain one lone pair. This oxygen contains two lone pairs. Two lone pairs. So lone pairs are always repels to each other. This one contains one lone pair, this one contains lone pair. These two lone pairs, because these two atoms are adjacent atoms. These two lone pairs are repelled to each other because they are already in fighting. That's why for breaking this bond requires very less amount of energy. But once see here, this oxygen contains two lone pairs. This oxygen also contains two lone pairs. Total 4 lone pairs are in fighting. So how much energy is required when comparing with this one? It requires very less amount of energy. Now come to this one. There is no lone pairs in a carbon. That's why it requires more energy. So order is, this is the order. Okay. Now write the point here. Write the point. Number of lone as the number of lone pairs on the bonded atom increases, the bond length is decreases. Okay, this point completed. Next one. It is very interesting. Sir, actually H2O contains two OH bonds. This is one OH bond, this is another OH bond. H2O water contains two OH bonds. Okay, for removing these two bonds requires not equal energy. Not equal, this is very important. Because first it contains two lone pairs. First break the one bond. Break the one bond means OH is present still and one H is present. One H is separate. One H is separated. We know that. So this is one gas, this is one gas. It requires more energy. That is delta H is equal to 502 kilojoule per mole. After breaking this one hydrogen bond, only one OH is present. For breaking this bond, OH, gas, it requires less amount of energy when compared with the first OH bond breaking. That is 427 kilojoule per mole. So for this type of compounds, actually this molecule contains two OH bonds. For first breaking for first OH bond requires more energy. Second OH bond requires less energy. So for this type of compounds, how can we express the OH bond energy requirement is? That is average value we have to take. Average energy or average bond enthalpy is equal to 502 plus 427 by 2. Okay, this value is 464.5 kilojoule per mole. Okay, Nana? Same type of bonds, the same molecule. When the bond breaking, the energies are different. But we take the only average value, we express it directly. Okay, Nana? Next, write the point. The magnitude of bond energy depends upon size of the bonded atoms. We already know that sizes are comparing the sizes that one requires. For example, big sizes means bond length increases. So comparing with sizes, the magnitude of bond energy depends upon the sizes of the bonded atoms. If the sizes are increases, bond length increases. Bond length increases means bond energy means requirement of energy is less. Okay, so the magnitude of the bond energy depends upon the bonded atoms. Okay, next point. Heterolytic fission requires more energy than homolytic fission. So fission means separation. Fission means combination. So hetero means different, homo means same. So simply HF and HH or FF. So different atoms are there. So between the different atoms, the electronegativity is different. If the electronegativity difference means one is acts as electronegative and the one is acts as electropositive. So positive and negative, between positive and negative, electrostatic attractions are more. That's why it requires more energy for bond dissociation. But here, bond formed between the two atoms. There is no strong electrostatic attraction due to the same atoms means same electronegativity, right? That's why heterolytic fission requires more energy than homolytic fission. Okay, two examples for this one. Two examples for example. H2, F2, Cl2, Br2, I2. Okay, Nana? Don't write here H2. F2, Cl2, Br2. Which one requires more energy? Sizes. These are all homolytic molecules. But which one is having more size? This one is having more size. Okay. Next one. F2, H2, HF. Which one requires more energy? F2, homo. H2, homo. HF is hetero, different atoms. So it requires more energy, no doubt. So F2 and H2, both are small atoms, but in H2, this is H2. F2 means this is F2. But F contains, each foreign atom contains 3 lone pairs. So 3 lone pairs means 3 and 3, 6 lone pairs are fighting. So less amount of energy is required. But on hydrogen atom, there is no lone pairs. So H2 requires more energy than F2. Okay, Nana? So bond energy or bond enthalpy concept is also completed. Third one in bond parameters, bond angle. We know that bond angle means we already discussed in CH4, in sp3 hybridization or AB4 model 109 degrees 28 minutes. In AB3 model 120 degrees. In AB2 model 180 degrees. So bond angle means, write the definition of bond angle means the angle between two atoms in a given particular molecule. Okay, definition is completed. Right, it is very interesting. If bond angle is increases, stability of compound is also increases. Best example, CH4 molecule. This is actually undergoes sp3 hybridization. But what is the bond angle here? 109 degrees 28 minutes. 109 degrees 28 minutes. So, and second one, NH3. It is also undergoes sp3 hybridization. But bond angle is 107 degrees. In H2O, it is also undergoes sp3 hybridization, but bond angle is 104 degrees. So these three molecules are undergo same hybridization, but bond angles are different due to the presence of lone pairs. In H2O, the central atom contains 2 lone pairs. In NH3, the central atom contains 1 lone pair. In CH4, there is no lone pairs on the central atom carbon. That's why here bond angle is more compared to these two. So it means bond angle increases, stability of the compound is also increases. It means in these three compounds, which compound is more stable means CH4, because bond angle is 109 degrees 28 minutes. So very simple. Lone pairs on central atom is increases, bond angle is decreases. We know that lone pairs decreases bond angles. If the lone pairs are increases, the bond angles are decreases. It does not contain zero lone pairs. Actually, NH3 contains 1 lone pair. H2O contains 2 lone pairs. Okay, so if the lone pair on the central atom is increases, then bond angle is decreases. Okay. Next point. If S character is increases in a new molecule, bond angle is also increases. Interesting example for this one. C2H6, C2H4 and C2H2. Okay, in C2H6 carbon undergoes sp3 hybridization. In C2H4 sp2 hybridization. In C2H2 sp hybridization. It contains only single bonds. It contains double bond. It contains triple bond. Okay, so here S percentage is how much S percentage? S percentage is 25 only. Here S percentage is 33.3 percentage. Here S percentage is 50 percentage. So as the S character is increases, bond angles also increases. This is bond angle order. Bond angle order. Okay, now next one. Next point. If electronegativity of the central atom, electronegativity of central atom is decreases, means low electronegativity of the central atom, the bond angle is more. Bond angle is more. Right? So example for this one, NH3, P nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. NH3, PH3, ASH3, SpH3. Okay. Now we know that it is a group. In this group, electronegativity is decreases. Electronegativity is decreases. I think I made a mistake here. Sorry. If electronegativity of central atom decreases, bond angle decreases, or it is written as if electronegativity is increases, bond angle also increases. Simple. Remember this point, very simple. Because here central atoms are different, but surrounded atoms are same. This condition for if the central atoms are different and surrounded atoms are same. So which one having the more electronegativity? That molecule having the more bond angle. So this is the order. Very simple. This point. What is the condition? Check the central atom. If the central atoms are different and surrounding atoms are same, which one having the more electronegativity in central atom? That is having more bond angle. Okay. Next, same this type of model. This type of model, that is a reversal. Just I will explain the point. First, write the example for this one. Ni3. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine. Central atom is same, but the surrounded atoms are different. Surrounded atoms are different. So in this case, if central atom is different, so central atom is same, surrounded atoms are different. Surrounded atoms are different. This condition only for central atom is same and surrounded atoms are different. Then surrounded atom electronegativity is less. So low electronegativity of the central atom gives more bond angle. Okay, just remember that point. So here central atoms are same, surrounded atoms are different. In surrounded atoms, which one has the least electronegativity? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Iodine is the least electronegativity. So this is the bond angle order. Okay. So bond angle concept also completed. Next, fourth one, bond order. Bond order. Bond order is very simple. Just leave space for here for definition. N triple bond N. So here bond order is equal to 3. Means number of bonds between two atoms is called bond order. Write the definition here. Number of bonds between two atoms is called bond order. Okay. So N triple bond N means bond order is 3. O double bond O. So bond order is 2. H bond H. The bond order is 1. Bond order is 1. So remember all of you very careful. If bond order is increases, bond length is decreases. If bond order is increases, bond length is decreases. If bond length is decreases, bond energy is increases. Bond energy is increases. Okay. Actually, in any compound, the highest bond, this is the highest bond. More than 3 is not possible in any molecule. So 4 bonds between any two atoms is not possible. So highest bond is 3 only. And for isoelectronic species, isoelectronic species means same number of electrons have same bond order. Very interesting this is. Isoelectronic species having the same bond order. See the example for this one. N2 CO NO plus. These 3 compounds between these 2 nitrogen atoms bond order is 3. Between CO bond order is 3. Between NO plus bond order is 3. Why? Because these 3 compounds, species having same number of electrons. Nitrogen 14 electrons. Carbon 6 oxygenate 14 electrons. Nitrogen 7, oxygen 8. 8 plus 7 15. 15 plus 1 means removing 1 electron. So 14 electrons. Okay, so it is very simple, For isoelectronic species have same bond order. Yes, today concept is completed. Bond parameters concept is completed. Four topics are there: bond length, bond energy, bond angle, and bond order. In our material, only 2 bits are given: 134 and 135. Okay, only less bits are present, but this concept is very important. Every student must write the CW perfectly and read the concept today only. Practice total concept today only. Right? Thank you very much.